It's that time again, it's Stitch of the Week, and I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and this week we are going to do a colonial knot. You may be more familiar with a French knot. It's a very similar looking knot, but the colonial knot you'll find is much more consistent because it's a single knot rather than 2 or 3 turns. If I just show you some different options here. This one over here, these are all done as French knots, and they are done with different numbers of turns and different numbers of threads. This one here is a colonial knot, and you can see the difference. It's a more consistent, let me just turn that around there for you. It's a far more consistent level that you've got, a lot flatter. So this is the one we're going to show you how to do now. So I'll pop that back. You can probably hear some whirring in the background. It is busy in here. It is an active workshop and it is ongoing job. So what you can hear is actually the fabric printer. So please apologise for the noise, but Stitch of the Week, it's got to be done. So I'm coming through from the back, and then I'm wrapping my thread around into kind of a backwards C shape there. And then I'm going to lay my needle over the top and under the thread there. So you can see it's just wrapped around the needle. From there, I'm going to take it back over the top of the needle, and it creates almost like, I don't know if you can quite see there, just a figure of 8. Let me just see if I can lift that up again so you can have another look. So backwards C shape. I'm going to lay my needle over the top of the first thread, under the next one to grab it there. And then I'm going to wrap it over the top of the needle to create that figure of 8. I don't know if it's that clear. If you can't see it from what I've got live here, we have put a little diagram up for you, so that should help. And then I'm going to go back in, not quite the same hole, just one along. And before I pull it through, I'm just actually going to pull that tight so I've got some tension on it. And then I'm just holding it against the edge of the frame with my thumb there to keep that tension on. So when I pull this through, it's going to be a nice, oh, forget my finger out. It's going to be a nice, even, consistent knot. And I'll do 2 or 3 here so we can have a good look at it. So back round into a backwards C shape, needle over the top and under to grab the thread, and then take that thread over the top, back down, pull everything nice and tight. So let me just pull that and then grab it against there. It's not doing a terribly good job of showing you here because I keep dropping the hoop. So holding it there, so you've got a nice tight knot, and then just bringing that through and allowing the thread to pull all the way through. And what you'll find is you'll get a much more consistent size of knot and a much more even texture with the colonial knot. So thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you again on the next Stitch of the Week. If you want to see more videos, you can catch our YouTube channel, or you can go online to craftyourselfsilly.com where we've got all of the Stitch-onaries on there for you to have a look at.